What is the best advice that Viserys Targaryen gave to Rhaenyra, his daughter, in House of the Dragon in Season 1? Now, after all this time, Viserys Targaryen, he was basically a hands-off parent to Rhaenyra. He let her do what he wanted. He never truly disciplined her. And the thing is, though, he was very laid back. He wanted her to forgive him. He wanted her to forgive him for killing her mother. He wanted to prove to Rhaenyra that he was always going to stand by her. It is his child, his only child that he truly loved. And the thing is, though, one of the key advice that he gives her, in my personal opinion, is what he said in episode 4. The truth does not matter, only perception. And the thing is, though, because Rhaenyra did not learn about that, because Rhaenyra did not listen, a lot of the fault of Rhaenyra, of the mistakes that she has, of the troubles that she has in life, is her own fault. And this is a key example of it. As he said to her in episode 4, the truth does not matter, only perception. This is when she's being rumored to sleep with her uncle. And even though Rhaenyra says, you did not ask me whether or not it's true. And as King Viserys says, the truth does not matter, only perception. And the perception is that Rhaenyra never learned. And here's the thing. You could say, look at Marjorie Tyrell in Game of Thrones when she was helping the poor. The perception that people have of her is she is a great queen. She is a humble queen. She is willing to help the poor and all that stuff. Inside, she may be disgusted with the poor. She may dislike them. She may think they're lesser beings and all this stuff. But the perception is in the area is that she is a good person, a good queen. And she cares about the small folk in freaking Westeros. With Rhaenyra, the problem is, though, she never took the advice from her father to perception, and perception does matter. Take a look in episode 5 when she blatantly ignored what he said about perception is what matters, not truth. And the thing is, though, when Rhaenyra is in episode 5, when she is with her future husband, where she's with her where she has in a big party with her future in-laws for a coronation of the freaking future of the realm that which she will marry into, or the family she will marry into. What happens to Rhaenyra? Oh, she dances with her uncle Daemon publicly, and she encourages him in front of everybody. Daemon puts his hands on her neck, all very lovingly and sexually. Everybody witnessed this. The king witnessed this. The Valarians probably witnessed it. Alicent definitely saw that. And the thing is, though, when there was a rumor spreading around that you were sleeping with your uncle, the fact of the matter is, when you do that in front of your future in-laws, in front of the king, in front of Alicent, you are saying that the perception is the truth. Like, the perception, you're having a perception, you're giving the people a perception of who you are and what you have done. You have now laid that rumor that was just a rumor, you sleeping with Daemon, guaranteed freaking fact of how you danced. Look at how she had children. And again, I know she had children with Harwin. Laenor knew about it. But to the outside world, Rhaenyra is cheating on her husband. They don't know about the commitment with each other. The perception is about Rhaenyra, she's cheating on her husband. Her kids are not her husband's. Her husband, her husband's kids are technically, her kids are technically bastards. So the perception is that she's cheating on her husband. Her kids are not from her freaking husband, and that she is having bastards. She's the first female heir, and the perception is she's the first female heir, and she's bringing the first bastards on the Iron Throne. And that is both perception and truth in some cases. The perception of Rhaenyra is that she is going to do whatever she wants, she doesn't care, and she doesn't care about the rules and regulations. The perception of Rhaenyra does matter. Look right after episode 8, right after the death of Laenor, she merely her uncle. And this is an uncle who was rumored to kill his first wife, and even the Valarians believed that Daemon had, or not Corlys, more like Rhaenys, thought that Daemon had a place in took a part in their daughter's death, and which did not happen. But the thing is, though, she doesn't trust Daemon, Rhaenys. And the thing is, though, Corlys, Valarian, and Rhaenys both believe Rhaenyra killed their son so Rhaenyra could marry her uncle. The perception is that Rhaenyra, Laenor died, and she immediately marries her uncle right afterwards. The perception is of the entire realm that she killed her husband. She even states that they will whisper that I have done it, and they'll be scared of what I'm going to do next. She literally states that entire She literally states the entire action of what she has done. The perception is that the entire realm of Westeros doesn't see her as the realm's delight anymore. They see her as a spoiled princess who will kill and murder anybody in the way to be with her beloved uncle, who she was rumored to be sleeping with at a young age. So when King Viserys was telling Rhaenyra that perception matters, this also applies to Aegon. Look at Aegon. What do people know about Aegon? He drinks a lot. He's whores around. That's the perception of him. That's the truth. There's one thing like you could be like a loyal servant. Look at not King Viserys, but look at the Varys the Spider. You think he's the ultimate schemer, that he doesn't have no ulterior, that he doesn't like he only thinks of himself. You think he's the selfish individual like Peter Baelish. Not true. He doesn't believe in serving for himself. He believes in serving the realm. He believes in for the greater good. And that's what he is. People also think that Viserys also sleeps. He has his little birds and all that stuff, and they think he likes the younger flesh, but it turns out he does not. He just protects them. He guards them. The perception is, though, that he is, since he's a eunuch, he tries to get his satisfaction in other ways. But the difference is perception matters, and Varys uses that perception for what he is. Now, we all know Rhaenyra didn't kill her husband. We all know she didn't cheat on her husband. They were both willing participants and have an open marriage, so she's technically not a cheater. She didn't kill her husband, so she's not a murderess. Technically, she killed that guard, but didn't kill her husband. But either way, the perception is that Rhaenyra is not the realm's delight anymore. She's more or less again, like an evil queen in a sense. When you look at the Greens and all stuff, everybody sees that Alicent has kid after kid after kid with Viserys. They see that she was running the realm with her father to hand for like 16 years while Rhaenyra was on Dragonstone with her uncle. So the perception is of what the realm is, what they see both Rhaenyra and Alicent is night and day. They probably see Alicent as a dutiful wife who was respect the traditions and cultures of Westeros, while they see Rhaenyra, who doesn't respect any traditions and cultures of Westeros, who it looks like she's getting away with everything and she still expects people to bend the knee to her. That's the perception of Rhaenyra that Rhaenyra never understood from her father. She never listened to her father for the few times that he tried to discipline her about what is the big issues about Rhaenyra's rule, that the truth does not matter, only perception. Sad to say, a lot of the perception about Rhaenyra is the truth. She did and like technically she didn't sleep with her uncle, but definitely has attraction towards her uncle. The perception is their kids are not her husbands, which they aren't. Their perception is that Rhaenyra technically killed her husband. Technically, she did. She authorized his death to fake it, but he didn't kill. She didn't kill him. The truth does not matter, only perception, and Rhaenyra never learned from her father the few times that he tried to teach her. But what's your personal opinion, everybody? What you all think of King Viserys, and what was his most impactful moment towards Rhaenyra to tell her about anything, about ruling, about what matters in life, about what you should have, what your image should be, what your image should not be? What do you think was the best advice he ever gave her during their time at House of Dragon in Season 1? You think Rhaenyra actually listened to her father? You think I'm being over the top? You think I'm wrong? Please know what y'all think. Angel Lisa, for everybody. Bye bye.